The fans make a movie that ain't PG. I'm out in Fiji, living like the Bee Gees. I push the ghost from the mansion like Luigi. Hop out the V on V.
Like when you started, did you like have a goal, or like you was just like, let me just do this shit for the fun? Like
I was just doing it. Like I was just doing it for. That's what I wanted to do, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then I seen like my friends and people in my hood was really supporting this shit. Like, as soon as I started really recording songs, like people I was chilling with in my hood was like fucking with it for me. So it just kind of showed me like other people probably fuck with this shit too. I gotta keep recording. Feel me?
How did it feel? I know you got like a lot of local love, like you were saying, but how did it feel once you realized like, damn, I got love like niggas in Cali, niggas down south, like everybody bumping my
crazy,
shit.
Like, Cause that's the shit you be wanting when you starting. Feel me? You thinking about getting that, and when you start getting the recognition, it feel crazy. Like it's really a blessing. I'll never take it for granted for me.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that exact moment or that day? Like, damn, my shit popping. Like,
probably when my son Graham's like, he flew me out to Cali to link with, feel me, like Rich and all of them out there in Cali. But when I was just in the airport, my shit was going up crazy. Like my whole Instagram, Twitter, everything. Like every time I'm refreshing it, it's looking crazy. Like I was the first time seeing any type of attention for the music for me. And I'm on my way to Cali, like looking at the shit. Like that shit was really surreal type shit. Like for me.
What song was it? Would you say? I think I know what song. I think everyone knows. But I would say, what song to you was a song that got you over that? Like got you there? Like boom! All right, niggas know now my shit.
Before the obvious one, did it again, like the one that really, took off like the most. Before that, I say this song called Mozzie. That song, like when I had dropped that song Mozzie, that's when like older niggas in my hood that I fuck with, like that's when like my brother people was like, nah boy, like you got some heat for me. That's when I dropped that, that's when people was really telling me like, nah, keep rapping like
from early. And then I had my mother as a guide, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have that successful parent to follow and to give them advice and tell them, yo, just chase your dreams, everything else is gonna come around. And I knew when I was younger, I told myself, I want to be the post for New York City sports. And right now I feel like I work at the best New York newspaper, and I am a premier New York sports writer in this market, shit, in the biggest sports market on the planet, right? Like is there a bigger sports market on the planet than New York?
So.
Not. Nope.
Right. So that's where I'm at, and that all started from my mother planting that seed in me early. Like, yo, you can do whatever it is that you want. And from there, it was just like, yo, who do I want to be like? Obviously, I watched a lot of Stephen A. But honestly, it started from boring-ass Associated Press wire stories that be in the newspapers. I read those. I'd be like, yo, these are boring. What can I do with them? So I would just take them, rewrite them in my own. I started a little blog.
Nah, that's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's
fire, bro.
Yeah.
I started a blog when I was in high school. It's called Borough Hall Ball. This was before the Nets came to Brooklyn. But I was like, yo, it's just something chill. It never really picked up, but that was where I got the habit of, okay, let me get this story in 5 to 10 minutes after the buzzer so I know, okay, I wrote on this, it's ready to go. And then freshman year in college, I got the Bleacher Report internship, and that's where I started to really learn how the newsroom works, and that's where I was like, nah, I can actually do this. And here we are.
Let's go.
But I know you're like you're a host and you do the marketing as well.
I help with the marketing, and I host the event. Shout out to Cafe in the City. Be back soon. It's so fun. But yeah, what's your question?
No, so I saw a clip and like my boy Nam, he was like, I forgot what sign it was, but you just
either
was like
Virgos or Taurus.
It was a Taurus.
It was something, yeah. And then
she went crazy.
Yeah, you went crazy.
I'm a Taurus.
What's up with these bad Tauruses? Tauruses are cheaters and he broke my heart. Fuck my ex. He's whack. Sorry. Anyway.
2,000 years later.
Taurus men are dumb.
He was like, Tauruses. I was like, I just wanted to know, like, how real do you feel like signs are in relationships? Like, do they play a real heavy role in compatibility in relationships?
Absolutely. I think knowing not just their sun sign, though, but you got to know their whole chart, the houses, like all those placements are important. But at the end of the day, that's important. But like it's all about like where that person's at individually in their own journey, which is also a factor. But signs are definitely a factor, and they're important because you'll see a lot of patterns in signs.
Damn.
I be like trying to tap into the signs, But then, like, I don't know. For me, I don't feel like, me personally, like,
It's too much.
it's a lot. It's a lot to, like, try to tap into. I believe in it, like, for sure. Like, the energy is real, spirituality with all in that whole thing. But for me to, like, grasp, like, the full, like, definition of all of it, it's a lot for me personally.
I just feel like to categorize someone based on their sign is like tough. Like I wouldn't like has someone's sign or like I don't know how it works. Their chart or sign turned you away from them. Like, would you dub someone based off their like would you prejudge them? Like, oh, you're a this.
Let me watch out for this. I'm gonna still go ahead and like.
When it comes to like friendships, like making new friends,
Yeah.
I definitely, it's not like I won't be your friend because of your sign, but I'll definitely like look out for certain things based on someone's sign. But like I said, I'm always just looking also at like where people are at on their own like spiritual, mental journey. Like, does it align with where I'm at? Are you even like good enough to be my friend? Yeah, so that's that.
So can I ask a question? I'm a Leo. What could you like tell about like
Leo
Leos?
gang.
Right.
Leos are very interesting. Like, I'm also a fire sign. Very hardworking. Very selfish. No offense. Very headstrong. Very like, very into yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like obsessed with yourself. Like
Yeah.
me.
I don't think that's me. You feel like you're obsessed with yourself?
Yeah. On a
On like a
visual aspect. Like I don't feel like nobody can call me ugly because I know I look good. And that's not me being cocky. That's me being confident.
I feel that. I respect
Like,
it.
That's how I look at it.
That's how I feel like when I get a shape up.
That too.
Atlanta,
It's a
yeah,
level
right, the
10.
bump.
Like, you gotta tell me twice.
Leos are really interesting. But yeah.
Gotcha.
And your sign is
I'm an Aries.
okay. And like, what do you speak to that? Like that sign, is that sign you like to the T?
Yeah. I have my Aries. I'm an Aries sun and an Aries Venus. So Aries is like what I identify with, and like the way I love is an Aries. And I'm also a Sagittarius moon, so I have some significant fire placements in my chart. So I definitely identify as being an Aries. I fit all the marks, but I'm also an evolved Aries. So I'm very evolved. I don't do like what most other unevolved Aries would do. I don't do any of that, but like just an Aries that's really self-reflective.
Nah, we spoke on the Grand Army and then you.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
You tapped in. You don't gotta worry about that.
Use the bathroom, yeah.
All right.
Wow. We have 40 minutes left.
So we got 40 minutes, bro. Hurry up.
They got a pee-pee.
Yeah, I think say you got a pee-pee.
Woo! Oh no, that's how long we've been on the air for 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Ew.
I told you that shit go by fast.
Oh my god, guys. I'm tired. I'm hungry. What y'all gonna eat tonight? What you gonna do for your birthday?
All right. I know you gotta be cooking up son.
You got
Wife,
a
you gotta
girlfriend?
be
She
cooking
about
up
to
son.
cook for you?
I honestly don't know.
He has a whole wife.
You have a wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Happy
Oh,
birthday to you.
Yo,
For
appreciate
real?
that.
Put it right here. Put it right here, go.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. For me? Happy birthday to you. For me?
Happy birthday, dear Ryan.
Ryan.
Happy
Yo,
birthday.
appreciate that.
I ain't gonna hold you. My boy saw me walk in with the. He might have saw me walk in.
Yeah, I saw him walk
Yeah, you
in.
saw me trying to act dumb.
So,
And then he texted me as soon as I got. He was like, "Nigga, you ain't low." I said, "Damn."
So
He
I'm,
was like,
I'm
he
walking
tried
up
to
the
look-
block.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm walking up the block. I see Jawan with the box. I see him look around, see me. He know it's me because he recognized the drip. You know.
All right.
From a block away, you can see.
That's why I called. I like, yo, tell him just go in quick.
So the nigga tried to run in real fast. See, like, all right, so you see me trying to walk up and you trying to block the door.
I was like, I said, yo, just try to stay out here. Don't make sure he don't get in.
Okay, yeah, we not eating on camera.
This shit, I can't wait. Respectfully.
Respectfully. Yo, that little Spanish boy.
Cakes too, little cupcake bake shop.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, but
That is not a paid sponsorship, so that means it's good.
Fact. I think I had like a good childhood as a kid. Like I don't think I seen like anything that like changed my aspect, and I'm graceful of that, because I've seen situations where people go through shit as kids, like 4, 5, 6 years old, or even like as they get a little bit older, and it traumatizes them. And those people too also are able to like just strive, do different things, or like have a different type of mindset and just maneuver from a young age. But I think for me, I'm just like graceful, like, and very like, understanding of why God does certain things for me or put me in certain positions. And growing up with that, like, I had a strong father, like I wouldn't say he wasn't the best father, but he definitely made some mistakes. And as a man, he owned up to it, which I appreciate him for. So I think for me, realizing that as a young adult, it showed me how to maneuver as a man and how to maneuver around women in general too. Like learning how to treat a woman, learning how to treat yourself and the people that you have around you. And I think, like, I always used to think to myself, like I be in like certain positions, and then I be like, yo, why am I here? Like what am I here for? Like, working for the Nets, I've been there 7 years, and I always had this itch and this thought of like, all right, this is cool, this is fun. I'm meeting these celebrities, I'm watching these games, but I'm like, yo, God, like, what's the reason? And then it clicked like 3 years ago, like, I want to start a podcast. And then it's like, I'm meeting all these celebrities, I'm meeting these great people that have become my friends, that are at a higher totem pole and can possibly help me. But it's like, I don't want the help, I just want you to be there for me and guide me. And I guess being around those individuals and coming to the thought of like, this podcast is something I really want to do. These individuals can be there to guide me, and they could make my show or inform me on certain things to go to the next level. And for me, it was always that confusing aspect of like, why am I here? And I think that's a question like most people ask themselves, and they don't get an answer. For me, I was able to get the answer. Like, they always say like, oh, you got to find like what you want to do when you get older, or like, what do you see yourself? And I think for me, like, I found it, and I'm happy with what I'm doing, bro. Like, I love this shit. Like, every day, it's only been like 3 days. This is the third day, but every day I wake up and I know I got to record something, and I can't wait, bro. All right, so take us through that moment in 2018, when Nike reaches out to go ahead and create, the ones. Take us through that whole process.
Crazy.
Like, what is that, like, first, like, getting that call? You've dealt with them before in the past years, but, like, now at the totem pole and the rate that this sneaker has went through, like, what was that process like with Nike?
Man, it's crazy you bring up Nike, man, because we actually just released the 2021 spring global campaign.
Definitely seen
lookbook situation this morning.
That boy was on the roof like this.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That boy tapped
man.
in. So I said, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a vibe.
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's, to be part of, like, a family, you know what I mean? Like, Nike, the number one sneaker brand in the world, we've been together my entire career, you know? It was wild. I seen a photo recently, it was maybe from years ago, bro, and I was like, in like the Jordan 1s to your question, like, man. So I started to reminisce and think about all of the moments and throughout the years, everything that we've done together, you know what I mean? And it's incredible, bro. So to answer your question, it's what you think it would be. You know what I mean?
Do you like hang up the phone and be like, nah, it's fucking lit. Let's go. You call life like, yo, let's go.
It's what you thought. It's what you think it would be, man. Like, you got, a brand like Nike, right? We were just talking about sneaker culture. We referenced the dunk and just that experience of like lining up for shoes or like going to go buy shoes. So something like the Jordan 1, that's a grail of all grails, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, getting the okay to go ahead and put my stamp and put my story on that silhouette. Again, it's a blessing, and I work very closely with Frank Cook and I mean, he's a legend, like, genius, and he guided me down the process, I mean, we collaborated on the shoe, on every piece of that shoe, from inception of the thought to the execution of like what you guys see now, and it was very important for us to tell a very authentic story, and like that Jordan 1 is a shoe that, I mean, I ride in all the time. I was just in Miami and riding in the mochas and doing my thing in those, man. So, man, it was wild. Like, I remember the first day that we started the design process. We went up like to Portland, and I'm sitting in the energy team room, And man, you look around and it's samples and colorways and
you wouldn't even believe.
It's crazy. It's like any sneakerhead's dream. You're just like, where am I?
Where do I start?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're seeing joints that are gonna come out seasons from now and past joints that had other colorways. It's just like one of the most inspiring rooms, like the perfect room to create in because your imagination is like bouncing off the walls. Right. You know what I mean? And Frank and I are sitting there just talking about different ideas, and we had other thoughts for the shoe, but we landed on what we landed on because it just made the most sense, you know. And I left there feeling good, and I think it was maybe a few months, maybe 3-4 months later, we were actually sitting down. When I say we, Harrison Boyce and I, who is the co-creator of the Go film series, we're sitting down in his office. We're editing Go London to Paris, and Frank FaceTimes me like with the shoe. I'm just like, yo, it was just like this crazy moment because we're sitting here like putting the final touches on like our next film. And then I get this call, this FaceTime, and Frank's like, yo, I got this shoe. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, send it. Like,
right now.
Put it in the box.
Next day.
Put the label on it and send it right now the fastest way you can. You know what I mean? And I think he sent like 2-day mail or something like that. So for those 2 days, I'm just in suspense. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a crazy moment, man. It was a exciting moment. I was overwhelmed. I was humbled. All of those things. You know what I mean? Because again, it's a culmination of so many different things. You know, so it's the style and like fashion that my mom and my brother implemented into me at a very young age. It's all those years of riding. It's seeing different videos and different photos in magazines and riding in certain Jordan 1s and creating visuals and like imagery with those shoes on. A lot of those photos, like Life took those photos, you know what I mean, where that people went crazy over, you know. So it's a lot of time and energy that went into creating that story. So being able to put it on the Jordan 1 silhouette and share it with the world and see how people received it, it was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it. Man. Like, one of the craziest moments was we flew to Europe for a weekend. The weekend the shoe actually came out, September 1st of 2018. And we landed in Paris, I think like 5 a.m. or something like that. And the driver picks us up. And he's like, where you guys want to go? I was like, yo, take me to the Jordan store. Like, take me there right now.
ASAP.
Right? So I'm on my way to the Jordan store. And I'm looking on Twitter, and people are already lined up outside, like 6 a.m, 7 a.m, people outside lined up. So we get in front of the Jordan store, and there's a line of like 100 kids outside the store, and I'm like, wow, bro, like I'm in Paris right now. I spoke about the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. I'm in Paris right now, bro. And there's 100 kids outside this Jordan store lined up to like buy my shoe, man. Like, couldn't believe. We stood there for a second. We watched the kids, like, they walked down the block and came back because the security was telling them to leave because it was becoming a commotion in front of the store. Right. And then I just took it all in and then went to the hotel and took a nap, man. But yeah, it was definitely a milestone in my career, something I'll never ever forget. And I think one of like the best parts about it is that I was surrounded by my friends and my family throughout the entire process. Facts. You know, like, that was incredible. You know what I mean? That was one of like the biggest, like one of like the best things to me, man, was being surrounded by my friends and family.
I feel like when you look at the shoe too, it speaks about like how meticulous you are in your thought process and your design. I think that it's funny when you look at like how sneaker culture is now, especially like in 2020 when we have the shoes that are like purposely aged and this whole aging process, and how one of your shoe is like one of the first silhouettes that actually had that implemented with the pre-made scuffs and the aged soles. So I think it's the shoe itself is like pioneering like how sneaker culture is now.
Nah, for real, man. And that was a chance we took. You know, like, we were like, how much do we actually distress the shoe? That was a big conversation. Like, do we go all the way or do we go halfway and give people the opportunity to do the rest themselves, man? But I was like, Frank and I decided if we're gonna tell the story, like, let's really tell the story. And then I've seen people wear the hell out of them. I've wore the hell out of them, and they get even more distressed. And it's like, oh, this is even cooler now. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. And to your point, like, to see how many shoes now that are coming distressed or pre-worn and like telling that story, man, it feels really good to be one of the first to do it. You know.
Sure. Speaking on like advice, for the women out there, that would kind of like to be in your field and do what you do. What advice would you have for them?
For women out there, I would definitely say to be twice as good as these niggas and twice as confident. Honestly, because they're gonna try to tear your confidence down as soon as they see you into the building.
Right.
So know your shit and be confident in it.
Is that any field or like just like the music industry?
It probably applies to every field, honestly, but I'm just speaking from what I've experienced, like in the entertainment industry. You gotta be confident in general, especially as an African American in this country. But to be in a male-dominated game, come correct.
It's crazy that you say that though, because like with like the prevalence of like social media and stuff, it's like a lot of like relationships stem from DM.
That's a
like
fact.
mine included.
Word? You started off social media?
Yeah, it was like on some wild shit, like off like a comic book or some random shit.
Oh, what comic book, by the way?
I don't even remember, to be honest. But it was just like
in.
It was like she had a
tap that. That's gonna come back.
Let's go. Look, by the time she see this episode, boy, you gotta tap in. You gotta tap in, boy.
But it was just like she had posted some shit on the story, or whatever, and I just like. It wasn't even like a pickup line or anything. I just like randomly talk because it's like for me, like I don't do like the pickup line shit. Because for me, it's just like if a female is smart enough, she gonna see like, all right, this nigga's obviously giving me this whack ass pickup line.
But I'm saying though, the pickup line could work sometimes.
Pickup lines are tough though, because there's girls.
Like no, I don't want to say pickup lines, but I got two things. Like we're gonna put it in the video. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be right here. All right. I got the Denzel gift. Right, the Denzel gift.
You saying like this is current? Like this is because I mean people wasn't using.
I'm saying this is me current. This is what I do.
Okay,
current.
so you do the Denzel.
And
Which
ladies,
Denzel?
if you out there, if I've ever done this to you, it wasn't a thread line of me just doing it. I really was interested, but this is just the way I do it. It's not
your approach.
It's my approach. This is how I do my shit. So it's a Denzel gift where he goes hard, he hold his chest and he's smiling. You know,
Okay.
I know
like
what
he's
you're talking about.
Yeah, right. It's that one. And then I hit him with another one. I like 2-3 posts. Then I check the story.
Yeah.
And then by that time I let it sit for like a little hour. Then I hit the DM. I hit the DM like, can I ask you a question? And they usually be like, what? Like they probably on 10. They like, what? Because you know they want to be on 10. They on 10. She's like, what? I'm like, what does it take not to waste your time? And when I get hit, it's up and stuck for me. Look, what's the? You can't say yes or no to that. You're gonna have to give me an answer. Like,
it's a fact. So I wanted to say, being that you are Kyrie's personal chef, what actually got you to that point? Like, what got you in that door?
Well, before I met Kai, I was working for Joe Budden at Safari.
Okay.
Yeah. So that day, that day I was working for Joe Budden. It was probably like 8:00 in the morning. I was on my way home. I'm like, you know what? I pay this gym membership. I need to go get right. Mm-hmm. Busted left to the gym. I saw Kyrie dad in there chucking up jumpers. USA NBA basketball shirt. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? This guy looks familiar. Googled him. Kyrie dad. I'm going inside.
Right.
Going inside. Nobody else in the gym but me and him.
Did you know immediately that your game plan was to speak to him about what you do and just kind of?
It was definitely trying to introduce the whole. Okay. I'm a chef. I'm a chef, and I'm black. I'm young. My food is good. What's up? I know Kai was good. Come on. And I didn't even pitch that to him. I'm like, yo, if you need something, because you in Jersey, I know Kai in Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
If you need me to make you something, I got you.
Right.
But then he pitched it to me and said, you know what? Kai needs a chef. In Boston, though, you in Jersey. I'm like, I'm willing to relocate.
Look,
come on today. We got on that flight. I drive there. I'm mobile.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
So
we is gone.
Right? I gave him my information. And then probably like 3 days later, those 3 days, I was sweating.
Yeah,
sweating bullets. I'm like, yo, I told my mother, everybody like, yo, God, dad ain't hit me up yet. I'm dying. I'm dying. So I hit him up with a picture we took. I just sent it to him, you know, just casual text message like, yo, what's going on? This our picture, just me. Da-da-da. He's like, yo, my man, I just finished talking to Kai. He want to fly you out to Boston this weekend.
That's crazy,
I was
man.
like, what? It was crazy.
With you growing up in Brooklyn, was there like a team you really like mess with, and then like as far as like
Ball team?
ball team, yeah.
I was always like, at first I was always a Knicks fan just cause Melo though. I'm really a Melo fan. Like, I don't got a team fan like.
ain't really on the side.
But yeah, Melo over here, man. What's your favorite player? Don't say Braun, bro.
It's Braun. Nigga. Come on.
That's a respectable best player, though.
Respectable best player, but it's the obvious best player.
It's not the obvious because you fuck with Melo.
It's either Braun right now or KD, really. Like
KD tapped in too.
KD tapped in.
But definitely Braun is my favorite player, 100%. Like.
Yeah, I fuck with Braun though. Shout out Braun. Man.
I mean, like, how do you feel about the Knicks now? Because the Knicks, they had some good years. Don't get me wrong. They had the Jamal Crawford.
I can't jack them right now.
Not right now, right? But for me,
I'm a Nets fan now, for real.
Yeah.
Yo.
Find me and Bundy courtside, I mean? We right there. Like,
big facts.
Nets fan, for real.
Facts.
Do y'all feel like next year might be the year for Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Like,
we at least gonna make a run in this shit.
You getting a ring?
You think we getting a ring though?
Yeah.
100%.
We can get the ring for sure.
That's a fact. How you feel about that? You think we gonna get a ring?
It's gonna be tough, but I mean, when you look at the East now, and you got Miami
True.
in the finals right now. So
like
when you think about that's the best team right now that's gonna come out the East, and that in Boston,
Brooklyn would have been in that shit this year.
Facts.
If
so if you got Kyrie and KD together, man, that shit just you know it's gonna work.
I'm a Braun fan, but like I don't want him to win this finals because I feel like niggas gonna try to throw dirt on his name.
Water it down.
Like it's the Rona ring or like
keep it 100. He needs to win now because if he don't win this year, it's a wrap. Steph coming back, Clay coming back, Kyrie, KD.
It don't feel the same, like.
You don't think the bubble was mad competitive though? It's tough.
It just don't feel the same. Like niggas gonna try to water down that ring. Like
that's a fact.
But I respect it though.
I feel like niggas gonna discredit anything Braun did.
Exactly.
That's some hating shit.
That's some hating shit.
It was basically a girl. She was talking about how basically she was going on this date with this guy, and the guy was also dropping the daughter or the son off to the babysitter. On the way to the babysitter, she asked the dude, like, hey, can you stop by McDonald's so I can get my kid's son to eat? Yeah, we could do that. So you drive by the McDonald's. She asks him, like, hey, you want anything? He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want none. So she gets, like, her kid, like, a Happy Meal or some shit. The nigga doesn't pay. She has a problem with that. This is their first date.
And it's her kid.
This is her kid.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that? She said if he would have paid for the McDonald's, he would have got some pussy that night.
That's all it take for the box now?
If it's a Happy Meal, nigga, sign me up, nigga. I got 20 for you.
Bro, I don't think that's what she meant. That she's not saying that.
Nigga, she said it.
No.
I'm not saying, forget what we just said. I'm saying, nigga.
You just
how
said
do you feel about that?
Like, yo, what?
Nigga.
Right.
But technically, if you want to be like, if we talking about technicalities, nigga, that's basically what you're saying. If I would have bought this McDonald's, I would have got some box.
I mean, I get what you're saying. All right,
I get it, what you're saying, but it's like,
damn.
But it's like, why is that a deal breaker?
Why am I obligated to buy this little nigga
That might be
a
the
Happy
test.
Meal?
On the
That
first
might be
test.
a test.
That's
Shorty like,
crazy.
yo,
All
let me
right.
see how he moving, what he doing.
Bro, you could buy the McDonald's meal, bro. That's a drink, bro.
I'm gonna do
Yo,
it,
bro,
but
it's
I'm like,
2020,
Where
bro.
her baby daddy at?
That's
why
a
do you
drink.
think I feel obligated to do that? I don't care. It could be $1. Why do you think I should do that?
Bro, that's a drink. If anything, because you're buying hers and his, bro. That's a drink, bro.
So you're doing it?
It's a drink.
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, it's
As long as I ain't getting it for a baby daddy, I don't really give a fuck.
You don't even know though. Happy
No.
Meal could be
That
baby
nigga want
daddy.
kids
Kids
meal.
meal,
You're not getting
that's
a
his
kid's
Baby
meal.
daddy could be a Happy
Yo,
Meal.
bro,
Mind
get the kids meal.
you,
dogs.
this is date number one.
This is the first date.
You don't
That is
even
a
know her.
turn off.
But
don't
you're
even know
already
her like
dropping
that.
her kid somewhere.
That's enough, nigga. Why now I gotta buy McDonald's too? What else you
Why
want
would
from
you
me, son?
volunteer?
Listen,
Why would you volunteer to drop shorty
Niggas
kid off?
spent more bread on nothing, man.
You right, but I'm not spending bread on that. Are you doing it?
You won't feed the youth?
All jokes aside, I'm gonna
Can't
spend.
put that- you
I'm gonna
can't say
spend the
it like
bread.
that.
I'm gonna spend the bread on little Tyrone, or you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get the
Little
niggas. Yeah.
What's
His
up?
name might be Jacob.
I don't know. What you think?
I'm not spending the bread. I'm
You're not.
sorry.
It doesn't
No,
matter, right?
I'm not.
Thank
Niggas
you, bro.
is cheap as
I'm
hell,
not
bro.
I
doing
respect
that.
it though.
I'm doing it just cause like it's like
It's not about
alright,
being cheap.
It's
bro.
like one, I'm at the window already. Feel me? Like I'm at the McDonald's window for her. Feel me? Like and her kid. It's like I'm gonna just pay.
Facts. I'm
Yeah,
mad I'm in
like-
McDonald's drive-through, period.
I don't.
Now I'm mad.
I'm saying, but bro, like if I'm at a drive, if I'm at a drive-through, I would
here.
kind of just I'm there, bro. Like I'm gonna pay.
This is the way I see it. I'm gonna pay for your McDonald's right now, little nigga, but when I'm in your crib eating all your snacks,
Drinking
all your Capri Sun, nigga,
I don't want his shit.
Exactly.
And I'm on your
Make sure you do
2K.
your homework, bro. nigga.
Nah, this is crazy.
Because I'm in your shit for real.
Right.
So. How was it seeing your pieces displayed at the Grand Army? How did that feel for you?
That was amazing. There were like a lot of other random kind of opportunities, mostly like exhibitions. Like these art galleries reaching out to me like, we want to give you a show to highlight the essential workers you've been drawing. But I worked in an art gallery for like maybe I think 3 years, and I learned a lot. I know a lot about how these white ass
You're not even
galleries
gonna get started on that
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, you tapped in too.
I mean, as an artist as well, I understand. We're not even gonna
No,
get
it's
started.
really fucked up.
Yeah.
And working on the admin side and also sales and like understanding, like I'm in the room after like, you know, they hang up the phone with the artist. Like I know what type of shit they're talking about and like what money is, and like how like and them talking to clients who are buying it, and I'm just like, oh, I never want to be a part of this shit. This is fucking disgusting. It feels like slavery. I mean, I don't know what slavery feels like. I'm not gonna take that from my ancestors, but it feels very exploitive, right? So, for me, like these drawings are not meant to be seen in a space that is not accessible to the people they're about,
right?
To the women they're about. So you think about Grand Army. You got the dollar van, right? The dollar van is definitely still running. Exactly. And you know that there are Caribbean women who just got off of work. Maybe they working at fucking Methodist. And they coming up there to get on the fucking... Exactly. That is a line of transit that really, like, brings Brooklyn together. You know? Like, you can go to Bed-Stuy from there, low-key. You can go to, you know, the Parkway, like, Park Slope if you wanted to. Like, downtown. Like, it's just like the X kind of. Yeah. Not Bronx, but like it's like an X in Brooklyn that really just like
connects you to everything.
Like a web. And so it was really important. Like I was so excited to like just have that opportunity, and for that curator at that time to see the work and like know that it makes sense for it to happen in that way too. Yeah. So like I was really excited about that. Like that day was like super. It felt really like good to be able to show these drawings in the way that I intended them to. In the beginning, it's like social media. That's all I had, but which is also an amazing space for Black people because we don't have to pay for it, and we could literally put out whatever the fuck we want on there. Like y'all can promote y'all podcast, but you know maybe if you wanted to promote it in some other type of space, not on like social media, it would be a lot harder because we're Black and these spaces are not accessible to us. Or like if I wanted to put it in an art gallery and like if they weren't reaching out to me, but if I wanted to, how hard that would be. You know what I'm saying? So social media was the thing, which is like amazing, but then the way social media works is like anybody can see it. So in the same way, the Grand Army thing felt safe for me. And then like a lot of my friends and family came out to see it, and one of my homegirls and her mom, shout out to Shiraku, her and her mom, there's this photo of them like leaning on each other, just like looking at them. And it's like that shit like melted my heart because that's exactly like what like the goal is to like have these women feel seen and like feel like they're looking at themselves in a way that maybe they've never had the opportunity to, even if they aren't essential workers, but just seeing themselves and seeing themselves that big. You know what I mean? And I've never seen it unless it was Beyonce on a billboard. No shade to Beyonce, we love her, but like you know what I'm saying, like these celebrities, but not like the everyday girl, not our moms, not our aunties and grandmas.
They're not seen as superheroes, and you. That's what your artists kind of meant to portray.
That's deep.
Yeah.
So I want to know how was it how was it playing in that game when Kobe L had 61? And do you have any great stories from Kobe? That would be amazing.
That shit was the most surreal thing I ever seen. It's crazy because like every basketball player, whether he's great or not, is competitive. Everybody who playing in the Y right now is competitive. Every nigga who playing up in Harlem right now is competitive. Like, but that was the first time after a game I sat there and I was with my homeboy from the neighborhood and we just looked at each other and just laughed. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So at that point, I think that was my second year in the league. And we had just got D'Antoni as our coach. And I was coming off the bench. I was like our sixth man off the bench. And that was the first time I was like, damn, I don't know if I really want to go in this game right now. He started the game. he started the game off so hot, like the first few minutes of the game, and I'm just on the bench. And I'm like kind of in the middle of the bench, and I'm just laid back, like, damn.
Don't check me in. I'm good.
Because your time coming.
Yo.
Yeah, facts. And yeah, Tony, he looking down there. I'm trying to look away. And shit. So he like, he like, Wilson, come on. So I check in. What's crazy? I check in. So shit going good. Like he's scoring, but it's slow. Like, you know what I mean? If he got 15 or whatever when I check in, he probably scored like 5 more that quarter. And I get to cooking, right?
Right.
So I'm killing. He's slowing down. So halftime come. Dan Tony like, you starting. Third quarter, you know, he cooking, but not crazy. Not like the first quarter. I'm still cooking. Fourth quarter come.
Different.
Like mid fourth quarter, dog just get the frying. So every day, step backs, layups, dunks, pump fake, reverse pivot, you know, classic Kobe shit.
And that shit probably so unguardable, bro. Like, does it get to a point to where you like, does it get to a point where you like, nah, this shit is like,
just hope he miss. Just hope he miss.
You can only hope.
I wish, in my heart, I wish I was a dirty nigga, because the only way you can defend yourself is you gotta fight him at that point.
That's crazy.
Real talk.
You gotta fight Kobe then.
But it's crazy because like he did a move one time. I never in the game like seen somebody do a move while I was guarding him. I was like, what the fuck did he just do? I looked at the ground like, oh, it was like a double like pivot, whatever the fuck he did. It was crazy. But yeah, that game was surreal, you know, and it's crazy because that whole week was crazy because he came, that was like a Monday or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we had LeBron coming that Wednesday.
That's tough.
And then we had the big three. We had Boston big three coming.
Mm-hmm.
So Kobe did the 60.
Damn.
LeBron did like 50 there with a triple double. And then Paul Pierce came in and got a game winner. On that
point after Kobe, I'm telling physical therapy I got shin splits or something because I see that lineup, I'm good.
I'm trying to hear that call Navy though.
Yeah,
what's up?
Yeah, because we here now.
What's up?
We here now. Cue me up. Cue me up, Frank.
Nigga. Ice up.
Cue me up, Frank.
Ice up.
Yeah.
What's up?
Because he said he could rap in the last year.
Facts.
But we here now.
Got Jay Chris talking about the freestyle.
And I heard you been ducking him too.
Facts. What's up?
I heard you been ducking him too. I heard you been ducking him too.
You ain't really see it. I kick it the last punt. Walk into the store, the goal is the last funds. I see green in my visuals, eyes of the raster.
Okay.
You ain't see it, stretch like elastic. Money make them crash like the plastic. You ain't know this, but it's drastic. I'm at the round, bitch. Love me like a fucking
hold on. Okay.
I mean, I got a shorty, so I gotta keep it. Throw her in the front now.
Look, turn me up, Frank. Turn me up in the headphone. Let me chop. Look, turn me back up, Frank. Look, throw some words at me. Look.
Okay.
Yeah. We at the realm.
You're throwing words? Oh.
Yeah. We at the realm. We're drinking on the water. It ain't the quarter water, but I'm drinking it. They better send the bag in, cause I'm drinking it.
Facts.
That's a big fact. And I'm coming through like a type of machine. I'm off beat, but I'ma stay on track. Yeah, talk to me. Yeah, talk to me. He taking too long, so I'm going off the dome. Next thing you know, I'm about to take Shorty home. That's it, baby. I'm sorry, I ain't mean it. I'm fucking up, my fault. But yeah, big facts. Yeah, that was fake. That was alright.
I'm fucking around.
I thought he was gonna freeze up.
I knew it was in there.
I'm fucking around. That beat, I've definitely tried to freestyle to that beat. It's kind of hard. Those are one of those beats you gotta write to.
Nah, let him live.
You saying for them, the cameras, right?
Come one down. Yeah,
I would be with it if people actually wanted to, shake at the end.
You gotta have strategy though, bro.
You do.
No, you gotta have.
That's the beauty.
It's a game of strategy.
Sure.
You feel me? And then remember, it's war. Like
that's a fact.
You don't always have to run down. Sometimes you gotta sit back and be patient to get that W. If I be in that chopper at the end with the
exactly. Yeah, you're right.
But bro, you feel me? But if I get to
the goal is to get to the chopper, bro. That's the goal.
If I get to second place, And now there's two. I see two people, two teams, and I see a nigga with a riot shield, and I got no more lethals.
There's ways around that.
It is.
Literally
I got no more lethals. I got no more RPGs. Now this nigga moving like a hoe. He like this.
He like this.
He moving. You know, like
how to move with the. You know.
I like
dropping
solos.
shit,
I like solos because, like you said, it's war. That's the ultimate tapped in. You don't
like
have
quads.
no teammates.
Nah,
no,
quads is
it's
more
just
tapped
you.
in. More people.
Nah, that's solos.
people.
Where it's at.
Nah, quads is more tapped in. It
Quads
really
is more
touches your
tapped
IQ to the game, like literally.
See, but think about quads though, and like I enjoy quads because we play quads all the time. You know what I mean? Or we play a duo or a trio.
Right.
But I feel like if everyone isn't on the same page,
Oh,
you're
no,
wasting your time.
Yeah, Yo, me and Carl, they'd be
You know what I
playing with one of the homies, and he'd like be on Zoom meetings. Like it'd be wild. It's like, yo, bro, like you dead playing mad like music in the back. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, you're not taking it serious at
He
that
be
point.
wildin'.
Yeah.
Like
Then
this
you
shit-
buy. Now you buy a nigga back.
Bro,
You
we
use
bought the
money.
nigga back.
You could have bought a
Yo,
loadout.
we bought this nigga back, bro. We heard.
Yo,
He like,
man,
yo,
like, what
you
you
broke your
talking
legs. He like, yo, my fault, bro. I was on a Zoom meeting. Nigga,
But
what?
once you buy someone back and you don't see the arrow, the logo move, you like, oh,
It's
my
over.
God.
You getting bought back one time. After that,
We did bought him back 2
That's
times.
what you
I
guys
ain't
do.
gonna
Like
hold
after that first time, is you on your own?
yeah, if you bullshit, yeah, you can
you. Better hope for a jailbreak.
A
You better hope for a jailbreak. Your ass is grass.
Fucking fire sale, some shit.
Facts.
Oh
Better
my
hope for a fire sale,
Bro,
nigga.
wasting UAV bread.
Oh man,
I could have bought me
UAV
a self, nigga.
bread. You get
I could have bought me a self. I'm out here saving you. I could have saved myself.
if it wasn't for the rap game, if you weren't rapping, what do you think you'd be doing? Or did you kind of have like the mindset of like, nah, like I'm gonna be a rapper. This my plan A, B, and C. Like this shit gotta work.
Honestly, like I'd probably just be like, I wouldn't have no job or nothing
Just
like
out
that.
here.
Like, yeah, I would just be out here like making it work, son. Like doing something to get bread. Like
That's a real nigga answer.
Or
That's a
like,
real nigga
I'd
answer.
probably be on the unemployment sign right now.
Wait for that 600.
Waiting for that cheese, nigga. Cashing out, you heard?
Oh God. Oh God.
Nah, he didn't just say that, yo.
I'd probably be on them SGA waves, you heard?
But nah, like, yeah, bro, that was always what I did. I would just, like I said, like, people would always be like, nah, like, you're this artist. So this is kind of where art changed for me, though, after, I want to say, so when I'm going into middle school is when art changed for me. Art, my perception of what art was. Because I'm going into middle school, I had to make a portfolio to get into the school. I went to an art school, so it was.
Where did you go?
It was Bay Academy. Shout
Okay.
out to Bay Academy.
Okay.
Definitely a few of my people's in there, a lot of talented people, a lot of athletes. It was like a specialty school, so they had like different sections. But this is the first time I kind of like was surrounded by people that were as talented as me with this illustration shit. So it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? But this is kind of like a wake up call. So now I'm learning new shit. I'm literally sitting next, just like how I'm sitting next to you. I'm sitting next to artists that are as talented as me. So this is like a new thing to me. So it's like busting my head. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Fast forward, excuse me. I'm going to high school, and going to high school, I wanted to do car design. I know it's mad random, but I've always been into cars. Always wanted to do car design, and for some reason, there's not really many there's no car design.
Like a market for
Yeah,
it?
there's no there's a market for car design, but there's no like schools that specialize in, you know what I mean? Like, and if you look for industrial, like certain, it's not car design, you know what I mean? So like I got into art design. Shout out to art and design. We got some crazy alumni here. We got Mark Jacob. We got Calvin Klein. We
That's
got
tough.
Fab didn't graduate, I don't think, because
That's
he
tough,
made
though.
it.
Yeah,
Because
he
he made
made
it. We got Ferg. We got a bunch of people, bro. Like my school's crazy.
You tapped in.
But that was like, you feel me? That was like literally my turning point, because I shifted from illustration into photography, and that just kind of happened over the course of me. Like, I was a part of like. It was like me and like a few of my mans. We just used to like, get fly, and like we used to like to vlog our shit. Like I would record everything we did, dudes with slap boxing, cutting ass. But
Regular New
little
York
did I
shit,
know
facts.
though, recording stuff was literally me documenting. You know what I mean? Like niggas wasn't recording shit they were doing back in the day.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's a
recorded
fact.
freestyles of all my mans. I recorded videos of us just mobbing around Soho, you know what I mean? And then shooting as well. Like I was
That's
really
fire, bro.
I didn't even realize like I was really doing all of that shit, bro. Like mad young, bro.
Unintentionally, like-
unintentionally, bro.
That's a
Just
fact.
documenting all our shit. But and And that led me to like today, bro. Like, and I mean, I've shot for Billboard. I've shot shit for Fashion Week. I've done a lot. I got a nice little resume. I'm gonna talk my shit. I got a nice little resume.
Talk your shit, bro.
Got a nice little resume. But I mean, that's not it, man. There's so much shit I want to do. Yeah. That's all I say. There's mad shit I want to do, bro. Good. And this is definitely something I'm glad I'm doing right now.
Kodak Black. Y'all watching Power right now?
Oh,
it's Power Book 2. Which I think
did we finish? Wait, did we all finish here before we?
Wait, it's over.
Damn.
What?
Wait, what episode? What's the last episode you seen?
When they was shooting up the shit, right?
That's every episode.
When they was shooting up the shit.
Wait. I gotta remember. I can't remember.
Because I don't want to be like.
You gotta let us know.
When the last episode came out,
it's done already.
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
I might have watched it with Leanna.
What's the last thing?
What's the last thing you saw that you remember?
It wasn't the season finale, so clearly we can't talk about it.
We can at least talk about.
We can talk about up until that point if she like.
Wait, I'm just trying to think. Like, I remember they was at the fucking bar and then.
Oh, okay. You one more episode. She needs one more episode.
Oh, so that was the connect.
That was when Drew got shot.
Yeah.
Yes,
Facts.
Drew.
When Drew got shot.
Facts. Drew got shot.
Look, shout out to Drew, man. He's tapped in.
How do you feel about the power of the book too, like as a whole right now? Like,
I mean, they dragging it, but it's like we need that. Right?
Is Ghost alive?
Right now, it's like Ghost.
He's dead.
Ghost ass dead, bro.
Listen, my little brother had
but this is my tea. This is
I'm here. Tap in.
So Cain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's Canaan's son. I think Mary was fucking with Canaan. They got the same name, nigga. Canaan and Cain. That's my theory.
So I'm not gonna lie, he moved like Canaan.
Yeah,
this nigga moved like him. Shit get me tight.
He
like
a little dark skin.
Yo, nigga, mad evil. He moved like Canaan.
They about to team up. The new Ghost and Canaan.
And then when I was on Decal the other day, I was walking somewhere with my best friend, and it was shooting in the park. Like shooting a show in Fort Green Park. And I was like, looking at the word, I was like, Canaan, who is Canaan? Story of Canaan. And then I saw these two black people, and I was like, what is this? Like, what y'all shooting? She was like, Power. And I was like, what? She was like, Power, Canaan story.
But
I'm like,
movie,
see?
he got a show about his life now.
It's about him growing up.
So it don't got nothing to do with Power. He's coming out with a new show that's about his life. 50 Cent. Yeah.
I feel like the book 2 was good though. Like I feel like they actually. I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be corny. I'm like, all right, Ghost died. By the way, that was one of the worst TV deaths ever. Like the way he died was trash.
It was OD.
No, I think Lala was worse.
Nah, but Lala wasn't.
She got clipped.
This nigga was like this.
Lala got clipped.
I'm asking. She did.
First of all,
Nigga, what? What are you
Lala
talking
also
about?
posted it.
She was about to snitch.
Before.
She posted it.
She posted it before the episode.
Tasha.
She did?
Tasha, yeah.
Tasha clipped her?
Shot in the head.
Bro, what's good with you?
What are you talking about?
Bro.
You off the shit. That was like a whole thing. That Tasha is locked up and they trying to use that shit against her too.
Nigga, she was about to snitch on Tommy.
Yeah, so she clipped him. Clipped her.
She's about to snitch on all of them, basically.
You don't remember that? She
You
was
forgot
like
that?
this.
How the fuck you forget that?
I don't.
But no.
Her death wasn't that corny though,
He was
because
like,
I second that Ghost death. Bro, that shit was.
bro, he fell in slow motion like it was.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
giving.
weird.
It's like, nigga, the shit wasn't that high. It ain't gonna take
Nigga
that long
said-
to fall.
Niggas is saying he found the gun that Tariq was going to use against him and put rubber bullets in it or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's running out.
Bro, who is there? Anyone like we're looking forward to dropping like projects like
Kendrick.
I have some personal ones like I personally want to hear like Knowledge and Anderson .Paak drop that No Worries too. Like I've been waiting for that.
I've been waiting on Joey Badass.
Oh, he just put
He
a
released a
single
track
out.
You
out
saw he
yesterday.
just dropped it.
Yeah. Caught that thing off the lot too, that 911 strap.
And he was going crazy on it. 'Cause I ain't really like that EP he dropped last year.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling
But
it.
the single
bumped
he just
it.
dropped was
Wasn't-
tough.
It was fire.
Yeah, single was valid, definitely valid.
He slept on. I feel
Shout
like
out to
Joey
Joey
slept
Badass,
on, bro.
yeah, for sure.
Tap him in.
And shout out to PE. Shout out to the dogs in PE.
Shout out to the dogs.
But
What about you, Nyla? Which albums are you excited?
It's funny you say that because Joey should really be a GOAT right now.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah.
It's not too late for him, so I'm not gonna jinx it.
Okay. This might be his year. It's early.
But like the run he had from like 1999 to the first project was just like out of here.
Straight
I
up.
guess that's just the struggle of being an indie artist.
Yeah. And it's his type of sound as well. I feel like it's so hard to catch on. Like I was just talking about this with Boogie. Boogie's one of my favorite artists, and I feel like Boogie's at a point where I really feel like Boogie's like he could be out of here, but he's still like here. But I want him to, you know, like I don't know what it's gonna
isn't
take.
he signed?
I think it's like
Shady. He's on
Shady.
He's on Shady.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Eminem, yeah.
But you know, I feel like signing someone doesn't make or break them.
It could definitely break somebody.
It could break someone more than
making them.
Cause I was just kind of go into your sneaker game because I seen that you definitely a sneakerhead. You got a bunch of kicks you fuck with. I was gonna say if you had to pick like one pair of kicks, like favorite all time, like whether it's Nikes, Jordans, what would you pick? Like if you had one pair you had to rock.
Damn, one pair.
Let's give him 3. Let's give him 3.
We'll give you a little rotation.
I give you top 3.
Rotation. Rotation.
Top 5?
That's
maybe?
OD.
You can do
That's
3
OD.
5. 3
Top
5.
You can do 3 or 5.
Do what you feel comfortable. Do what you feel comfortable doing.
I mean, I'm gonna go Forces. You know what I mean? Like Air Force One. Like, you just, every day. It was crazy because I love white Forces, and I know everybody on social media got this thing with black Forces.
I know you're not. Oh,
I love black Forces, bro.
Black Forces is tough.
Black Forces. I like black Forces more than I like white Forces. It's crazy. I like both, but I like black.
Will
Forces.
is dangerous.
You know what it is? It's such a hard topic for New York. Well, I don't know about where you from, bro, but like here, you feel me? It's a tough convo.
It might be a Detroit thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think everywhere is a tough. I think everywhere is a tough combo. Like people just don't really like fucking black Forces or associate with black Forces.
He said, "Yo," he said, "You dangerous, bro." He said,
Will dangerous. He got the black Forces on.
Yeah, black Forces. I fuck with black Forces, but other than that though, like Jordan 4s is my favorite. Jordan,
that's a solid.
Which colorway?
Sure. And then colorway out, man, the cement, the white cements or the bread.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like the original colorways. You know, I don't really get too much. Every now and then, some new shit that come out, like a new colorway that I fuck with, but I like the original colorways.
Same.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Jordan 6s, like the infrared 6s.
Okay.
Like those 6s is hard. Like,
yeah, that's
I love them. And then, really, to be honest, I love 5s, bro. Like people really don't fuck with 5s. I like Jordan 5s.
Nah, 5s are definitely
you know,
up there.
Think, like me, like Jordan 11s to me is overrated. Like I like them, but I'm like they not just like crazy like people
they
make
too
them
dumb.
seem.
They get a lot. They get a lot.
I like
of
4,
high
5s,
shit.
and 6s. Dog, I like on some original shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
He said 4, 5, and 6s, but we can't forget the black
They're my favorite Jordans. Those 3 right there. 4 is my favorite. Then 6s, then 5s.
Okay, which 5s, by the way?
The Fire Reds for sure.
Fire Reds. Okay.
Yeah, he going straight OG with it.
I'm definitely picking metallic or fire red. One of those.
I'm gonna have to go with the metallics too.
You can't go wrong with either one of those. But
Yeah, definitely. What point? All right, is it if you're dating someone, is it okay to split things while you date?
I think for me, I'm like not really like let's go 50-50. I'm more like I'll cover this sometimes, you cover this sometimes, and we maneuver. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I really don't like. I don't think someone has to like. It depends. Like I'm just speaking for me, so like other women can speak for them. Like I don't need someone to like pay for every single thing that I do or like pay for everything. And also like you know, like the person I'm with, I like to like you know treat them also. You know that's like you know somewhere I like to express my love.
Yeah.
So you know it makes me feel good to like you know
give and like
give.
Yeah.
Give
and receive.
Yeah.
So I think it could just be both ways for me personally. Like sometimes they have this, sometimes I got that, and that's just like what like I think is ideal.
So
you know
what about a first date? Like y'all.
I mean, a first date. Like
I'm paying. I'm going to pay.
Paying for your first date. That's kind of OD.
I think that's like just manners.
Yeah,
like,
that's just like
I'm gonna have good manners. I'm gonna pay.
You ever had it the other way around where
yes.
Shorty pays for you?
Yes, and it caught me
it's
by surprise.
Amazing though.
It feels
it's
great.
a good surprise.
It feels great. Like
yeah,
I want you to meet my mother.
Would you would do that?
I want you to meet my mother.
First date.
If you jacking someone, you're not gonna pay for the like.
No, you're talking about a first date.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying like.
No.
If you went out with you wouldn't.
On a first date.
First date, bro.
That's fire.
It's fire if she does it, but
I'm gonna be like,
the emoji.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, whoa.
On a first date. That's
wild. Yeah, I'm paying.
Do it?
Yeah.
No.
I feel it.
A first date. If someone's trying to like talk to me, be with me, and they would have you pay for the first date. I don't see how feel like that's disrespectful. Like paying for the first date.
I saw someone.
Because it's just like it's not really a date if you're paying for the first. Like you know what I mean?
If you saying if you're yourself paying for the first date, it's not a date. Or you're saying if you pay for your own stuff, it's not a.
On the first date, it's different when you have like, you know, a history with someone and like you know you make that decision. But like a first date, that's kind of wacky.
Kind of wacky. That word has never been said on the show. There we go.
Some shorty said, what she say? She said, I hate when I offer to pay for the meal and then they let me pay for it. Like, what the fuck?
You should do it.
What does that mean? Like, if you pull your wallet out and say you're gonna pay for the meal, and I'm like, okay, you sure?
No, yeah. I'm gonna be like, nah, stop. Like, what are you doing? But then she keeps going. I'm gonna be like,
if I say you sure, why should that like after that like why are you tight? Like I don't know, I don't get it. But you saying that wouldn't be you anyway?
It's beyond me. I really don't see anything. It's just if you have history and you're like really dating someone and you're with someone, it's one thing. But like just first dates, like just getting to know someone, I just believe, and these are the same men like who want you to be submissive, but like you are like letting women pay for like dates when you're courting, like in the beginning. It doesn't work like that. Like you have to like give to get.
Oh, my son out there, he got a lot of words for this. Woo, my son Stash got a Let's say
Stash, I can't hear you. Real quick, Stash. Pull up real quick, Stash.
He love these type of combos.
Pull up, we can give you 5 minutes
Stash
by
be
time,
on his,
son.
Stash be on his.
Stash
be on his foot down.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta pay the first.
Yeah.
Right. Tap in.
You gotta pay the. What y'all talking about, bro? Yo. Came back. They was like, we got to do surgery on your stomach. And I'm like, like, yeah, you can't eat certain things now. So I feel like that just helped me. You know, when I met Kai, it was like, all right, we want to do vegan. So I'm like, all right, how can we help each other? Because you want to help me, and I want to help you at the same time. Right. I got my own issues you don't even know about.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is going to help me because of my situation. And just doing that just makes everything better.
That's beautiful. Quick PSA, all black men, don't be afraid to go to the doctor, man.
Yeah.
Please, you got to go get checked out.
For everything.
Right.
Sure.
Definitely got to get checked out. I just got checked out a couple of weeks ago, and I could tell you it's something fundamental that needs to be put into your life. Every 6 months, every time you have intercourse with somebody, go to the doctor. Yeah. It is very, very important. I know in the black community, we as men or a black community in general, we don't want to go to the doctor. We don't want to take any medicine, which I'm a little bit biased on, but for the most part, we gotta take care of ourselves, y'all.
Yeah. Health is wealth, man.
Yep.
Like,
health is wealth.
We got people out here that are dying at a very young age because of the way they eat or having diabetes and things like that. Exactly. I know it's eating burgers and shit, but
Mr. Burger King,
right? But I'm just saying we gotta take care of ourselves, y'all. We got to.
Sure.
Talk about basketball. Like I think this is something that I've been itching for to speak about with you. And basically, what I want to know is. How has it been, or covering the Nets and like being in the locker room and just hearing different conversations and being inside the locker room for the most part? Like.
It's a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing that I never thought that this particular blessing would be a byproduct of the journey, because when you're around people who do things at the highest of the high level, they drop gems for you unintentionally. Like they put you on game and they don't even know it. Like you hear somebody, for example, what's a good example? Kyries, how Kyries has been hurt. Kyries has been hurt basically every year from Michigan to NBA. Got hurt this season, got the thumb injury. And all you hear him talk about...
he got hurt within the season and came back within that same season.
And all you hear him talk about is, I'm just going to continue to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to work and eventually it's going to pay off. Right? And that's just one of... Every top NBA player says something along those lines. It's the work. We just go, we lost today, but we back at it in the gym tomorrow. We're going to figure it out and we're going to work. And every elite player has some type of gem like that just reminds you that it's the hard work that you put in that rewards you in the end. And it just like if he's over here hurt, if KD is out here hurt, putting in work every day, can't put no weight on his leg, what is my excuse? Why can't I roll over and scroll down the timeline and learn something new and write about it? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I hit the gym and try to burn some of this coronavirus weight off. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I do all
Definitely
these
be
things?
seeing you in the gym too.
Facts, bro. I be
Big
trying, but I
fan.
need to be in the gym a little more. It's bad right there. but it's just like that's one part of being in the locker room, just the gems that all these people drop. And then on top of that, yo, NBA players are just regular people, bro.
Exactly,
They
regular people
dudes
with a
they
lot
just-
of money,
they-
but
with a
they
lot
don't
of money,
care.
bro.
Like they don't care about that shit,
Bro.
bro. They know it come with it.
Just how and that's how you make these relationships. It's just like, yo, people be starstruck. Like, I don't got time for that, bro. What's
I ain't gonna
good?
cap. My first year, I was starstruck.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
First year, starstruck,
bro.
Like
my first year with About.com, they had me in the Knicks locker room and Melo was there. And at that point, you know, I'm just out of college. I'm seeing Melo
That's
in the
when Melo
locker
was
room. I'm like,
lit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Melo walks
facts.
in, he got the fur on. I'm like, yo, Melo acted different. But now once you understand and you start chopping it up with people, they all regular people,
That's
bro.
a
They
fact.
all come from the same humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? Trying to work. They all put in the work to get here. Nothing was given to them. You know, so it's cool. For that part of it is mad cool. Just understanding, yo, he's just like me. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna go home and play Call of Duty. And so
That's
he
a
about to
fact.
go play Warzone. He might run in the car.
That's a
you know what I'm
fact.
saying? Like
That's
you
a
never
fact.
know. All these dudes are cool. They all like to eat. They all like the same things.
Do the
Everybody
same
else
regular
do, right?
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy. He might go for a run one day and bump into Joe Harris out for a run on his own. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you never know.
He was like debatable. That's a reach, but
As soon as
Best
the album
superstar.
drop,
He's up
I'm
there.
out of the
He's
deal.
the best superstar.
He's a pop star. Debatable.
How is
he's
he
not a superstar.
How is that debatable?
I don't think he's a
Very
superstar.
debatable. Hov is so loud.
Bitches is not passing out
He's
at
he's
his
saying
performances,
superstar.
bro.
But you said he's the best rapper.
All right, nigga, I said that.
There's no rapper that's a
debatable.
superstar.
It's debatable.
What?
No
Travis
rapper's a
Travis
superstar.
Scott.
You wildin'.
What do you mean
He's not
by
a pop star? Travis is not a pop star.
Hov is bigger than Hov and Drake are bigger than him.
Who?
Than Travis.
Nigga, no, they're not.
Yes,
no,
they are.
no, they're
Yes.
not.
Super-
If anything, Travis just
Superstar?
got there when he was.
I guess I gotta Google
Don't
it.
say that. No, I hate when niggas say that shit,
Bro, they're both household names. I'll say that.
Bro, that nigga Travis is bigger than Hov celebrity wise, like status wise.
Jay Z and Beyonce.
Y'all
Jay Z doesn't
are
have the
bugging.
youth. Travis has the youth, bro. Nigga, what the fuck?
Travis got his own alcohol about to drop.
Facts.
Literally.
Hov has two, bro. What do you mean? Like niggas.
He got collabs with McDonald's.
That's
like
cool,
Sprite,
bro.
P5. Like,
Yo,
Jordan.
Nike,
having
Jordan,
collabs with
Jordan.
McDonald's is
Right.
calm.
Yeah, that's
bro,
insane, bro.
but Hov, bro.
Pusha T wrote.
You gonna wear
I'm
some
loving
Travis
it.
Scott
Bro,
dunks or you gonna wear some
Pusha T
F. Dot
came up with
Carter?
I'm
we're
loving
gonna
it.
grab. We can not wearing no.
Bro,
You
who
can wear
has
some
more
F. Dot
T came up
Carter.
with I'm loving it.
Who got more bread,
I
nigga?
don't care about the bread. We're talking about the status of being a
Talking about the
celebrity.
status, it's Hov, bro.
Listen, bro, I'm be honest
Yeah,
with
you
you.
be bugging.
I be bugging. You got two
How is
other niggas
Travis?
saying
Travis
it.
is not bigger than Hov.
The
bro.
fuck? Yes, he is.
Right now?
Maybe relevant, but household name. You're like people knowing who they are, bro.
If
Niggas
I show
know
an
Hov.
image of a bunch of people, if you show the image of Travis Scott to a lot of people,
They're gonna
I'm
know it because of
young
Cali,
people,
which means
bro.
it's gonna put him on a bigger totem.
No, niggas know Hov.
I don't know, man.
I'm not saying
know
niggas
Hov,
don't
bro.
know Hov, bro.
Drake household name. Hov household name. Travis kinda household name.
You're bugging,
Travis
bro.
is super talented too.
You're bugging.
household, bro.
And I fuck with Travis.
He produced one of Jay-Z's best albums.
Scarf,
No scarf.
Scarf,
No scarf.
a lot of it.
Debatable.
Heavy on it.
Bow.
Nigga said he produced one of the whole best albums. Which one you talking about? Magna Carta?
Yeah.
I fuck with Magna
did- who
Carta,
did
but I feel
production
like
in there?
Hov don't even fuck with Magna Carta.
Kanye.
Magna Carta's. I'm not gonna lie,
Cudi.
though. That's his
Pharrell.
weakest album, though.
That's not one of his best.
It's not
one of
the
his weakest.
weakest,
It's not one of his
but it's
weakest.
one of those ones that
I feel
people
like
think
American
is weak,
Gangster's
but
probably
low
like-
key.
I mean, it's
I
Hov,
think
so it
Magna
has
Carta
great-
was
It got
savage.
gems in it, probably. Like
It was
you know.
savage.
No, it got some hits. Like,
Yeah.
It got some savage shit, and he's like that shit with what's homie name?
Cool. Somebody talking about?
Nah, shit with homie from Cali. He was fucking with Our Future.
Tyler?
He's mad famous.
Haji? Frank
Tyler?
Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Okay.
Shit with Frank
You
Ocean.
talking about Oceans?
Yeah.
Oceans was fire.
Ocean's a fire song, and Travis Scott definitely made that shit. Shit on me. They just trying to shit on me.
Yeah.
It was, that shit was slapping.
Though that's definitely at the bottom though. Of my
Nigga
favorite
forced
Hov albums.
Samsung to buy
What's your
a
what's your
million
favorite
copies.
what's your
favorite
favorite Hov
Hov
album?
that's hard.
Blueprint 3. Nah, not Blueprint 3.
Mine's Reasonable Doubt. That's my.
Mine's might be Reasonable Doubt, but I love the Black Album top to.
That's
like,
top. That's second.
It's like
That's a
it's like
easy
up there.
second. Yeah.
You know what's underrated though? Kingdom Come.
That shit
and,
whack.
Kingdom Come.
and American Gangster.
You said Kingdom Come
You
is
said
whack?
Kingdom Come is whack?
It's one of his worst.
No,
Shit's
nigga,
fire.
you're dumb. Are you?
Shit is
No,
fire.
that shit is fire.
It might.
I had to listen to that.
Low key.
And that shit
that
bring
shit
back.
fire, but it
That
is
shit
his
bring
worst.
back
You gotta
memories.
re-listen to it, bro, because like
I have.
since you know, I see you're a heavy Kendrick fan, like us here as well. I just want you to organize these classics to you, like from. I'm not gonna say worse because there's no worse out of any of these, but best project to least best project. Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Section 80.
Rank those 4. I got mine already.
Start with the bottom first, yeah.
The bottom?
Yeah, bottom up.
Take your time.
You said you got your 4 already?
Nah, that's hard. I like all the albums. You don't got no bad projects.
Okay, pick.
None of them are bad projects.
Pick a top one.
Look, make it easier for you. You got 4 of these albums laid out. You got to pick one to listen to for the next 6 months. Which one you listening to?
Either Good Kid, Mad City or Damn. Yeah.
I feel you.
And, I really like The Pimp a Butterfly, but that's the one I put on when I need that motivation, honestly.
Okay.
Like that self-love hug. Like, you got this shit.
I feel you.
Okay.
Felt that.
And what?
So, and I'm going to put Section 80 at the bottom just because I wasn't tapped in with Kendrick when that came out.
Okay, that's respectable.
So, Section 80, To Pimp a Butterfly. Damn, I feel disrespectful to them.
Nah, you good. You good.
I agree. I can have that same list.
Nah.
Wait, I would go Section 80 because, like she said, I wasn't tapped in yet.
Okay.
And then I'll go Good Kid, Mad City. Then
Okay.
I'll go To Pimp a Butterfly. Then I'll do Damn.
Nah, my favorite album easily is To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
That's gonna be number 1. Number 2 is gonna be Good Kid. Then Damn is number 3. Then Section 80. To Pimp a Butterfly is probably one of the best complete, like as a project as a whole. Probably one of the best albums that I've ever heard ever.
It's a work of art for sure. It's
and it got hated on so bad when it came out.
To Pimp a Butterfly is when he's having a conversation with Tupac, correct?
To Pimp a Butterfly was you got your favorite song. You remember?
We're not gonna do that.
If this was guitar,
you're not gonna do that. Not tonight.
But who? All right. If I had to do it, I'm gonna say. And Section 80, that I like grew that shit. That's when I first was like heavy. That and
the EP was when I got them.
Yeah, I was fucking with the EP too.
Then Section 80,
Overly Dedicated.
Yeah,
that had one of the best intros ever, by the way. But they took it off.
I fuck with the Untitled EP too.
Yeah, of course. But we got to leave that out. It's going to make it too hard.
Yeah.
I'll put Section 80 at the bottom, even though I don't want to.
I mean, it's
your
choice.
choice.
Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn.
Yeah.
You gonna put Damn at the top?
Yeah. The only reason I put Damn at the top is because, well, even Kendrick said it too. I think he said, like, Damn was like him mastering music making. Like, he mastered how to make music.
And I feel like when he released it, everything he was talking about, we were going through it, and we're even still going through it now. Like I could dare listen to that album now and still relate to the bullshit that
it was crazy, bro.
But see,
like,
the reason why To Pimp a Butterfly is the best was because he was prophesying on that shit. He was prophesying the shit that we going through now, and he was trying to tell us about this shit that we going through now, but they wasn't listening. They was like, "Oh, this shit whack."
Nah, Kendrick is really the goat.
He got it. I can't lie.
He is. He really is.
We're gonna move on
So
to the
out
next
of
one.
the best rappers, who is it?
Out of the
Kendrick,
best
Drake,
rappers?
or Cole?
Oh, it's Kendrick, easy.
Kendrick
Kendrick.
for sure.
Yeah, Kendrick.
By a long shot.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
This is a Kendrick
Unanimously?
podcast.
I don't like Cole, so
I like.
This is a Kendrick. This is a PDE podcast.
I love.
I'm just paying respect. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Nip. How did you and Nipsey? How did y'all become friends? And what did you take from what I'm saying, that friendship as far as like your mentality, how you live your life? What did you take from that friendship?
I actually met Nip. We had a mutual friend, and my homeboy, like, he just like, he a people person, you know what I mean? And I think he just took a liking to Nip as a person because he the type of person, he ain't hang with you and don't know nothing about you, like, as far as like what you do for work. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might know you a basketball player, but he might not be a fan of basketball. He don't know your stats. He don't know what team you play for. And the same thing with rappers. Like,
all right.
He was hanging with Nip, and he didn't even listen to Nip music. This was like 2011, 12, around that time. Maybe even before then, but at least 2011, 12. And he didn't even listen to Nip music. So when he had him on the block, I texted my homeboy like, damn, like, that's what's up. Like, Nip, like, I'm like, he cold. He like, oh, he cold like that? I'm like, yeah, he nice.
Yeah.
He listened to one song. I'm like, he nice, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna be nice. So that was my first introduction to him. But on a personal level, it wasn't until like a few years ago, you know what I mean, that, you know, we kind of got close. And when I ended up getting traded to the Clippers, obviously, you know, him being in LA, you know what I'm saying, we spent a lot of time, but it was a short time because it was like I got there, whatever the deadline was, and then rest in peace, he passed, you know what I'm saying, like damn near like right after that, you know what I'm saying, but I had a chance, you know what I'm saying, go to the studio with him a few times, talk to him, sit there for hours, talk to him. One day, you know what I'm saying, I was riding with him, you know what I'm saying, he was riding in this neighborhood. He was telling me old stories. I got into it with this person over here, this happened over here, just giving me the whole history. Then we ended up going to his daughter's recital at her school, which is right, like 2 minutes from where he got killed at, you know what I mean? So I spent a lot of time with him in that short period of time. And just, you know, him, you know, the thing that impressed me the most, you know what I mean, about him, we was eating one day and he was just talking about his family, like how he had to go take his family to eat, you know what I'm saying, after, you know what I'm saying, so he ain't gonna eat that much. And he was just talking about Lauren's oldest child that she had with, Wayne or whatever. But the way that he spoke about him, you would think that was his son.
Right.
You know, he spoke so highly of him. I didn't even realize he wasn't even talking about his kid until like he said like his name, you know, whatever. He was just saying how smart he was and how bright he was and how, you know what I'm saying, like he needed him to do X, Y, and Z, and how proud he was of him. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things I looked at him like, damn, that's crazy, because you rarely like see, like you always see like women like take care of a man's other child, but you never really see it too much the other way around. Sometimes, you know, just the way he spoke about him, and he wasn't around, she wasn't around. You know what I mean? So that was the thing I looked at like, damn, he really like a real person, you know what I'm saying, a genuine person, you know what I mean? But just the way he lived his life, the way, you know, he stood up for his people, the way he wanted to bring jobs and bring equity back into South Central, and you know, the stuff that he had been through that's relatable, and the stuff that he wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, on a bigger scale to get his people out of, you know what I'm saying, poverty, and own their own businesses and employ their own people, and just, you know, even in music, just owning your own masters and just each one teach one for the younger generation coming up. So, you know what I mean?
Damn, that's
he was
dope.
definitely inspirational, like all the way across the board, whether it was a family man, businessman, or just somebody in the neighborhood you can relate to that came from nothing, you know, who was trying to like give back.
That's a fact. But I mean, yeah, like what kind of got you into actually starting this fitness journey? Like what fueled you to get to this point?
Right. So I was when I was 19, I was dating my ex from when I was 17 up until like 20. But when I was 19, he had cheated on me. He was always cheating. He cheated on me one good time and like broke up with me. And I just was like, damn, I got low self-esteem because that was like the best thing I had going on in my life. And I was just like...
Your relationship.
Yeah, because my whole life at 19 revolved around my relationship. That was like the best thing I had going for myself. So when he did that, I just started going to therapy. And, you know, I would go on the treadmill every day and just cry. So it wasn't like I was working out for aesthetics starting out. I was just like, it was a coping mechanism. I was mad lonely. My friends went away to college. It was just me by myself. I didn't have a car yet. So like I worked at the mall, Roosevelt Mall. And I got an export membership. And I would see him and the girl he cheated on me with holding hands because we all worked in the mall. And, but yeah, I would just like go on the treadmill every day and like cry. And then I just like, people would be like, yo, your body looks different. I was walking on an incline for about 20 minutes, really fast, about a 4.5. So I started seeing results and I would like do a little bit of weights. But yeah, I started out as a coping mechanism at a really, really low time.
Damn, that's wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
That's tapped in big time. Wow.
Sure. And it just like transitioned into what it is now.
Yeah. So, you know, it turned out eventually got back together and I broke up with him and I just started getting more confident. Like fitness helped my confidence like immensely. Like I used to be really insecure and just like didn't really love myself, but like just putting that dedication and focus into myself, like in that discipline, translated to every aspect of my life. So it was awesome. So like it's been 7 years since I first got on that treadmill and started crying. But it's something that I just never plan on stopping to do. It's like a big part of me.
That show, High Maintenance, they had a good episode about after New York after the Trump shit. Like, yo, I worked
High Maintenance. What is
High
that?
Maintenance? It's the HBO show about a white man delivering weed.
Oh, I kind of
Yeah,
watched
right.
it.
That's the only episode I watched.
But yeah, what was you saying about it?
He was like, it was trippy because they didn't explain what was going on, but people were just stressed out buying mad weed. and then eventually he was like, oh, it's because of that. And like, yo, I worked in the WeWork at the time, right? And me and my coworkers, like, I remember like when they made when they was like, yo, Trayvon Killers, it's over. That's it. They got it. And like that feeling I felt, I seen it in the white women's face when Trump won. And I was just like, oh, y'all know what it's like now? Okay.
Grab him
Like,
by the
shit.
pussy.
Yeah. Not grab hhim by the pussy, but that fucked up shit.
Yeah, that shit fucked up.
That's wild.
That shit caught me off guard.
Very
Ryan. I ain't
aggressive.
gonna hold you.
Fuck that nigga.
Fuck that nigga. Dead ass.
Good riddance. I wanted to ask, like, what was the main, like, I feel like your Go series is like such a fire idea. I myself wanted to have like a travel series idea that I wanted to do, and then like, and I peeped the Go series. I'm just like, yo, this shit is like amazing. You're like, you're biking, you're riding through every city, every country. It's like it's fire, bro. Like, you're switching from a whip to jumping out of a plane with a bike.
It's some moments, man. Yo, jumping out the plane in Dubai was definitely probably like the realest thing I've done.
The realest
with my bike.
How's that set? Like, how was that set up?
Like, yeah, does it take like multiple takes? Like,
bro, like it was.
You don't have to go too deep if you don't want, but
it was nerve wracking, man, because you got like it was a tandem jump because my first time skydiving ever. So that's my first time skydiving ever.
That's
you
crazy.
Know what I mean? But I'm so dedicated to the creative, bro. Okay. Like I'm so dedicated to executing the idea. My first time skydiving, I could curse on here?
Yeah, go first.
Fuck it, we gonna go skydive. You know what I mean? That was the situation. I was like, I know that this is my opening scene. I'm making a film right now, and I want to make sure that from the second that people hit play, they're gonna be tuned in. Yeah. So I was like, we're gonna skydive. So it's my first time skydiving, and I'm in Dubai. Like, why not? We're gonna do it. So it's a tandem jump. So I'm connected to the instructor,
right?
And then the bike is connected to a cord that's connected to me.
Okay.
So it's the bike, cord, myself,
right.
And then the instructor. And it's the first time he's doing a tandem jump with someone with a bike. So now I have this 25-pound object in front of me. That's weird because the handlebars are turning, the wheels, you got pedals, chain, all these different things. And he's like, yo, listen, if something goes wrong, just unplug the bike, unhook it because the cord is hooked to the bike.
Correct.
But mind you, we're going down. If I unhook the bike, it's going to go up.
It's going to hit you, yeah.
The parachute is above us.
Oh. And it could,
So if that bike hits the parachute, we're done.
It's a wrap.
It's a lot of factors.
It's a lot of factors is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So like you have to be extremely smart. Like the instructor has to be smart. I have to be just saying fuck it at this point because like God forbid something goes wrong right now, it's a problem. You know what I mean? So I was like, listen, like if you guys are down, I'm down because I'm that dedicated to making sure that this film is the best possible film it can be.
Yeah.
So we jump on the plane. Well, like we practice kind of before we get in the plane, we practice the move. Like he's like, listen, it's gonna happen at this point when I tap you, unhook the bike, turn it around. So I'm like, cool. So he's like, it's go time. So the plane pulls up. You know what I mean? It's the whole jetway. Plane pulls up. And he's like, listen, we're gonna be the last ones to jump off. So we get on the plane and there's about maybe 10 other jumpers on the plane. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta do everything right now because this needs to happen. So plane takes off. I'm nervous, I'm not saying anything. Making sure the lens is clean, making sure the camera's on. I'm like, please hit record at the right time. Like that's another thing, right? So I'm worried about the whole stunt, but then I'm also worried about making sure the camera's on. and making sure the camera's pointed in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
tough.
it's a lot of different things that has to happen during this moment. So in the air, pilot's like, listen, it's time to go. So all I see is one by one people start disappearing off the plane. It's like, where are you guys going? Like, wait, like,
Don't forget me.
You don't forget me. Like, what about me? You know what I mean? So everyone jumps off, and the instructor's like, listen, it's time to go. So we hook up. I'm holding the bike in my arms, kind of like you would like bear hug somebody.
Okay.
Holding the bike like this. And we get to the edge, and I look out, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, all you see is just like space, you know what I mean? Like, you just see everything.
Right.
Sand, clouds, blue, a lot of everything that's happening in the sky. I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, cool. It's go time. So there's a guy, so we have the camera for the film is on me, so I'm filming my perspective, and then we have another shooter who's hanging on outside of the plane. So, like, say this is the door right here.
Right.
Homie is like
It's
right
hanging
here
outside,
filming me as I'm filming what's going
Right.
on. I'm just like, yo. So he jumps off. Instructor's like, he tasked me, now it's time to go. 1, 2, 3. And we just drop out. And at that moment, bro, like, it was the most like invigorating feeling ever. Just free falling, you know, like free falling. Like it really puts into perspective, you know, the control we have as humans. We have no control.
I would have had no control over that.
You know
The
what I
feeling when you're falling from skydiving is amazing.
You've done it?
That-
You skydived?
Yeah, I skydived
Okay.
before.
It's the
But
best
not with a
feeling.
never,
bike.
yeah, never with a bike. But you feel me? But like,
Yeah,
it's that feeling right there. That like, how long is that? It's like what, like
it's like 20 seconds, something like that. It feels like
20
forever.
seconds?
Like,
Yeah,
it
20
feel like
seconds.
it feel
Yeah.
like a
Oh
minute
my
though. It
Yeah,
feel
it
like
feels like you're just dropping,
Yeah.
bro. You're dropping fast. You went 200-300 miles per hour, something around there somewhere. So whatever. So boom, we're dropping. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But I'm also have to worry about filming. Cause I'm like, I got to film what's happening right now. You know what I mean? So then he pulls the parachute. The joint slows up, and now I have to take the bike out from this bear hug,
Right.
turn it in the air, position myself on the bike, and then start doing my tricks in the air.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like
that's it.
as we're free falling, I'm just like, yo, please don't drop this bike. Please don't let
I don't want to
like
do this again.
hell no. So then now like we're falling. It's the best thing ever because the view is incredible. I'm enjoying just like being up this high. It's my first time being this high. I'm enjoying it. And then now comes the part we have to land. So remember, we didn't practice any of this in the actual scenario. This is all just like it's kind of just one take.
Yeah.
So when we're landing, he's standing, like the instructor's standing on my pegs.
Okay.
While I'm so in that shot, I have the instructor
On the
on my
back
pegs.
pegs, yeah.
Yeah, we're connected.
Oh,
and
wow, that's-
he's on the back pegs.
Yo,
and
crazy.
I'm
Difficult,
landing on the sand as have the
Another
instructor on my
human
back
being on the
pegs.
back.
Controlling, and he's controlling like the shoot.
And you have a 25-pound bike now with another human being
With
on
another
it,
human
including
being.
me.
And then I have to remember to film and get everything in frame. So like, and I break that down to you just so you guys can understand when you watch the Go series now that every scene is that calculated. You know what I mean? Like the same way I broke down style earlier, same way we broke down how I approach things. That's how we approach every single scene, every moment of that video. We're thinking about what's in frame. How is the viewer going to receive this frame? Like how is the viewer going to take this in? How are they gonna digest it? What do we want them to feel? What are we showing them? How is each moment connecting? All these things play a part when we're shooting a Go video, and I feel like because we have that attention to detail is why the series has been so successful, because we care that much. You know what I mean? And again, like I love that process. You know what I mean? I love thinking about those ideas, thinking about a scene, and working through it, developing it, and executing it, man. So,
yo, hey, you achieved it, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Overachieved it, man.
It's crazy.
Go series is
elite.
It's elite.
Yeah,
bro.
I gotta
it's
tap
wild,
in
man.
like ASAP.
Definitely.
It's a thing, bro. And even like when like we started it, man, like the original idea, which is still the idea now, is to ride my bicycle around the world. It's like you think of the idea of a BMX rider from Queens, New York, and he says, listen, I want to ride my bike around the world, like legit pedal my bicycle around the world, hit every continent, connect with people. understand how people live in different places, try different cuisines, different experiences, you know, skydive in Dubai, go-kart race on a highway in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, that
you
was
know what I
lit.
mean? Like,
Fire.
ride through Chinatown in LA, you know what I mean? Like, run through Miami and hang out with Ross or Khaled and
was
like
crazy.
do
That
these
was
things
tough.
and
Yeah, that was a
jump
good
off
one.
this boat and bring this helicopter
Pop
and
the
drop my
bottle
bike
champagne.
like,
Crazy. Oh my gosh.
all those things, bro. Like I have this curiosity that I want to experience those things via my bicycle, and I want to share those experiences through a film that's shot in a very creative way with my community, my fans, my friends, my family. You know what I mean? Like as many people as possible.
The ones make a movie that ain't PG. I'm out in Fiji, living like the Bee Gees. I push the ghost from the mansion like Luigi. Hop out the V